The debate about middle school grouping was raised again during the public comment portion of the Board of Education meeting on Tuesday. Many parents, administrators, and community members spoke out against the issue, gathering support of their fellow Stanfordites. Jack Bryan explained that as an involved member of the community, he has a relationship with many students in the Stanford school system, and when he posed a question to students on whether or not they were challenged in school, the response was not a positive one for Stanford schools.
One of the most interesting conversations I had last night took place when I spoke to students currently in our schools and those that have recently graduated. I posed the question to them: do you think your school held you to high academic standards and challenged you academically? Most of the students answered that question no. This is the reason why I will continue to stand before you in an effort to change that. I was one of the many community leaders that sat through your working meeting on May 10th. I was also one of the many that walked out of the meeting upset. Upset that with all the testimonies from the middle school representatives supporting the direction of middle school transformation, there still seems to be a need for further discussion. It is my understanding that the two-group middle school transformation seems to be working for all students. There is improvement with students on the lower end of the achievement gap and also improvement of the students on the high end of the achievement gap. To me, that means all students. No one is suffering because of the two-group format that is in place. I'm sure that there are processes that can be put in place to make this two-group transformation better. And I am hoping that you will come together to make that happen.
While many who spoke against the groups, not everyone said they thought the issue was about race or tracking.
And as people have stuck ability grouping into everything from segregation to tracking to every conceivable evil that this city has ever known, I would just like to offer an example of a possible counterpoint, and that would be Westover Elementary School. I know it's a magnet, but there is a system, a curriculum, a process at Westover of ability grouping that has served black children, white children, Hispanic children, rich children, poor children for years, successfully, with the unique mix that is Stanford. And to say that flexible ability grouping, which is what I and some people who think like me, God forbid, want to look at, is going back to tracking and segregation, and I love the phrase that Dr. Starr attributed in his op-ed almost a year ago, denying people of color a quality education. To say that to me and to other people who disagree with your process is wrong. Middle school transformation is a great thing. I am not saying let's go backward. What I'm saying is, can we not take some of the attributes of a system that has unequivocally worked successfully and maybe incorporate it into what we're doing so that everybody actually, in a non-BS way, does do their best and achieves more. And that's what I'm after. I'm not after putting people into groups. I've seen a system that works. I understand it's a magnet. But do you think maybe we could build off of that as opposed to sticking people into boxes and driving a wedge in this community? I sit here tonight, I am speechless at where this has all come. And if Mr. Bryant is going to sue because somebody wants to look at flexible ability grouping, then start with Westover, Mr. Bryant, where children of color have succeeded far more than in any other school in this community. One of the best schools in the state, one of the best schools in this country. That's what you're going to sue for, because children of every categorization have done great with this thinking process that happens to be a little different